guys, so today's video is a Flawless Matte Drugstore foundation routine. I know you guys have always been asking about my skin and how I get it to be so full coverage, and a lot of you guys actually follow me on Snapchat, so you know that my makeup pretty much lasts the entire day. And I have a lot of tips and tricks for that, but I also have some favorite products from the drugstore that I use consistently. So I decided to combine all that stuff into this video just to tell you guys how exactly I keep my foundation on my face all day. Also, keep in mind, my skin is dry, it's not really that oily, so for me, during the winter time, I prefer dewy skin, but this is a matte foundation routine, and I'm going to show you what I would do even if I did have oily skin, just to make sure that you guys know how to do it for your skin type. I decided to pull some of my favorite products, and I wanted to share that with you guys on this look today. So I hope you enjoy it. If you guys want to see the eyeshadow, like the lips and all that details, it's actually another tutorial coming up, so look forward to that. I have so many fall tutorials coming for you guys. I'm so unbelievably excited. Thank you for all your support, and I can't wait for you to see the video. Let's get started. Alright, so if you've been here for a while, you know that I've been using the Simple Hydrating Moisturizer for like forever now, and it's been one of my favorites. But as of recently, I decided to switch to the Pacifica Dreamy Youth Day and Night Face Cream. I was looking for a new moisturizer that would dry a lot faster. The Simple one would take a couple minutes to really set into the skin, while this one is almost immediate. Like by the time I reach for my foundation, this product is already set in my skin. I don't have to worry about it. It's really moisturizing, it smells delicious, and I'm just a big fan of it for right now. So now I'm going to jump in with the Rimmel Stay Matte Primer. This is one of the few matte primers that I do own. If you know me, I'm not a big fan of matte base. If you guys do have any good suggestions for matte primers from the drugstore, I'd love to hear them. I do want to go, I haven't shopped at the drugstore for makeup for a while now, so if you guys have any new recommendations, I'm really excited to listen to them and take them into, like, with me to the drugstore and shop a lot. What I like about this primer is the fact that it's water-based. If you ever watched my previous videos, I did talk about this before, but a lot of people complain that certain primers make their foundation ball up and like basically become patchy and just come off the face. That's because different products are made with different like core ingredients. There is silicone and there is water-based, and if you ever look into the ingredients on some of your foundations or some of your primers, you can see, like, even from the texture you can feel it. And most matte primers are silicone based. That's why I reach for the Rimmel Stay Matte, because it's not silicone based. It does have silicone in it, but not as much, because most of the primers, like if you think of Smashbox, Photo Finish, or L'Oreal has one as well that's for like pore minimizing, those types of primers normally have a very silicone-y like feeling. You can tell when you like put it in your hand, and that doesn't mix well with most foundations, because most foundations are in fact water-based. Alright, so for foundation, I'm going to mix two products together. It's going to be the Rimmel BB Cream. This is a matte BB cream, and I've loved it for like a really long time. And this is the 24-hour, obviously, Revlon Color Stay. That is like a big plus in the drugstore world. Like, everybody loves it. So I'm going to take a little bit of each and mix it together on the back of my hand. Number one, neither of these colors match my skin at the current moment. I did get tan during the summer, and I decided not to invest in a drugstore foundation that actually matches my skin tone. And I'm going to be going in with the buffing brush from Real Techniques, because it is a phenomenal brush and I don't give it enough love. And I'm just going to take the product on the back of my brush and pat it along the face wherever I feel I need a good amount of coverage. So I apply the first layer with my buffing brush by using circular motions. This will just help make sure that I have even coverage all over the skin. But once that is applied, I like to go in and actually add a second layer to places where I feel like I need more coverage, which is normally around the cheeks, because that's where I have my redness. So I go back in with my brush, tap that in, and start patting it nicely on the cheeks. And by patting it, I'm really keeping that product in that one spot rather than swirling it around and moving the product around. So it gives me more coverage, and after the first layer already dried, this second layer is just going to be even more full coverage, and it layers really nicely, so I love these two foundations together. After I apply the foundation, I like to go in with just a reusable sponge and just pat that into the skin, because this really just helps the foundation really press into my skin instead of just sitting on it. It also takes off like the excess buildup of foundation. You have to keep in mind that matte foundations have this tendency when they dry to become really like intense and matte, so once they become matte, it's very hard to move them around. This is not your dewy foundation where if you add more, it'll just be more dewy. This is like if it's matte, it's staying in that one spot. So now that I have that done, I'm actually going to go in with my concealer. I'm going to be using the Maybelline Fit Me Concealer in 10, and I'm just going to apply a little bit in like a small V. I don't want to highlight too much because I already feel like my foundation's a little light for the skin, so I don't want to overdo it. And I'm going to be taking the sculpting brush from Real Techniques. It's a really nice thick brush and it does a really good job of kind of really pressing the concealer into my face. I've tried a lot of drugstore concealers and I feel like none of them please me as much as this one does. It is just an amazing concealer, and if you have yet to try it, I really recommend it. Alright, so now that the majority of the skin is done, my foundation's already matte. My under eyes are slightly not really matte. So I'm going to go in with the Sonia Kashuk Chic Luminosity Glow Powder. This is something that I think one of you guys recommended actually. So I'm going to use a Real Techniques setting brush, and I'm going to just swirl this brush in there, tap off excess, and lightly just tap it underneath my eyes to set that area. This is supposed to be similar to the Laura Mercier brightening powder. I really love the Laura Mercier one. Would I compare it to this? I would say no, but it is very close. And I think that with a drugstore option, you know, price difference is really important, so might as well use this. So now that I've done that, I'm going to actually apply the Fit Me powder from Maybelline. This is the Matte and Poreless in 120. The thing is, I normally don't apply powder because I have really dry skin as is. So I'm going to just apply this with a big fluffy brush, Real Techniques powder brush, because I don't really want too much going on in my skin. I feel like when I put too much powder, it ends up drying out my face. That's why I applied moisturizer and primer in the beginning, because I really wanted to make sure that kind of set it. But that kind of finishes it. The only reason why I put this on was because it's the shade 120, which is like classic ivory. And for most people that's like really light, but for me at least it like helps. Because if you look at my shoulder, it's pretty tan and my face is now matte, so like it doesn't really match. Now I'm going to grab the NYX Highlight and Contour Palette. This is actually a phenomenal palette if you want contour kit and you don't feel like splurging for the Lorac one or the Anastasia Beverly Hills. Honestly, the Lorac one is my absolute favorite. Like, I love it. So I really like recommend that one. But if you want a drugstore option, this one is just as good. A small brush like this. I just don't have a Real Techniques. Oh wait, no I do. Never mind, I was kidding. I was going to say I don't have a clean Real Techniques brush. This is the Duo Fiber Face Brush. I really love this for contouring. And I'm going to be using this taupe shade in here. If you can see, this one's kind of a really light color. These are warm shades, but this one's really taupey. It's like kind of more like rosy than it is kind of orangey. And so I'm going to use this to lightly create a line there. And I'm not actually going to blend it yet. Oh, I think my contour game may be a little too strong today. Gosh darn it. Okay, that's enough. So now I'm going to just clean off the brush using my hand, because who has time to go wash your brushes and wait for them to dry. I'm just going to really buff that into the skin. And I like to use the side of the brush, like right here, instead of like this part. I like to use this side to like really rub it in. And then for the cheeks, I use circular motions. That helps blend it in a lot better. If you go like this, it just kind of doesn't sit very well, and it doesn't reach all the kind of bumps on your face. But if you use circular motions, it kind of has to reach into every part. Now I'm actually going to apply a little bit of blush, just because for the sake of the video. I've been loving Sweet Retreat from e.l.f. This is their pressed mineral blush. And I'm going to apply this with the Real Technique blush brush, because it's pink, why not, right? Yeah. This is a really great blush, and you have to use a really light hand when you use it, because e.l.f. makes phenomenal brushes, but they're always very pigmented. Did I say brushes or blushes? I apologize. But basically just take this and work this onto the apples of my cheeks, really focusing from the ear, like the top of the ear to the center of my cheeks. And yeah, that's how it ends up looking. Now I'm going to do, I don't know, my words. Now I'm going to highlight, and I'm actually going to take these two colors and I'm going to get them onto a nice highlighting brush. I'm going to apply it like with a really light hand, just to really brighten the face. Now that my skin is pretty much done, I'm going to hop in with a matte finishing spray. This is the LA Girl Pro Setting one. If you don't know my foundation secret, I'm going to link the video down below. You better watch it. So if you didn't know my secret, basically what you do is you drench your face in setting spray, wait for it to get tacky, and when it does, you go ahead and press into the skin, either using a foundation brush or a sponge. I recommend a sponge. This really helps just make sure that everything adheres to the skin really nicely. So thank you so much for watching. I hope you learned a thing or two. And if you want any more kind of like drugstore tutorials, let a girl know. And if you have any products that you are absolutely in love with from the drugstore that you feel like I don't have or I haven't tried yet, give me that list down below. I'd love to read those comments, and I'll probably be replying to you very, very soon. I also want to thank you guys for all your support and your love, and don't forget to give this video a giant like. Just to let you know, those likes actually help the video kind of become more searchable. Like, people can find it easier. It doesn't give us money or do anything to our YouTube channels whatsoever. Thank you so much for all your support and all your love. I can't wait to reply to you guys in the comments, and I'll see you guys in my next video, whether it's a vlog or a beauty video. Bye!